What's up, gamers? I'm Aaron Shack64 here for you with another Marvel's Avengers video, this time on the controversial XP rework. As Crystal Dynamics has said, in most RPGs, the amount of XP you need to level up increases as you gain levels in a curve. But our system was a straight line. So curve, straight line. This has led to pacing issues such as skill points currently being rewarded too fast, which may be confusing and overwhelming to new players. Okay, well, the dev stated that, and I believe that is absolutely true. When I was first leveling in the game, I thought, oh hey, 3 XP points! Heck yeah! I'm owning this game. I'm doing great. Well, in reality, if you step back and look at it from a different perspective, sometimes I would return to the menu with 2 to 3 skill points to spend in a short period of time, like after a harm room or a short mission. The problem with this is that you start investing points in multiple skills, as you can see on screen here, and you don't allow yourself the time to learn how to use each skill, or even if you want that skill equipped on your build. So, for example here, you learn this particular strike, XXXXY, and let's say you unlock that, and you unlock this, and you unlock this, and you unlock this, and you unlock this. So all of a sudden you have all these different combos and counterattacks and different moves, and you're not really taking the time to cement them in your head. Now, if you're a fighting game player, you've probably already got it, you know, but we're talking like the average player. Like, I live and breathe these type of games. But if you gave me all these skills from the get-go, or if I had all these really quickly, I wouldn't have time to really not just read and understand what's happening, but implement that in-game. So when I go back into the game, I'm going to try using this baton strike as much as possible so that I can learn how it works. Now, if you award me too many things, then I'm not going to know where to start, and I might just mash buttons. And then I'll be mad when I can't figure out, hey, why is this game so hard? Or why am I not understanding how to do this? So it's just like in karate class. If your teacher showed you every single move in the first lesson, how many of those moves would you remember by lesson 2? That's why they stagger those moves out. That's why they teach you the snap kick or the jab or whatever. They teach you those things one at a time. They allow you to implement those moves. And the next lesson, they allow you to demonstrate those moves again before they teach you a new one. Basic memory, all right? Marvel's Avengers has 3 tabs of skill points, as you can see here on the screen. This means that you need time to experiment in between builds as you level your character and experience the events of the game. Having all the skills all at once would be overwhelming, and you wouldn't really care to learn about them if you just had them all to begin with. So just to show you all the pages of skills here, that's a lot of skills. And there are games with even bigger skill trees. As the dev stated, nearly every RPG has an XP curve. It's their fault for not implementing this. 100%. Nobody's disputing that. Sure, they deserve some flack for changing it, but guys, this is low-hanging fruit, okay? If you really want to criticize Marvel's Avengers on something, make the game better by asking some of these questions. How are they going to handle the controversial Spider-Man DLC that is exclusive to Sony PlayStation players in a time where the game is starved for content, you know? Between Kate Bishop at the end of last year and the Hawkeye DLC that's about to hit on March 18th, is the answer to this game to just drop characters every couple of months? And if Spider-Man is the only character we'll get 3-4 months from Hawkeye, that means that you're starving 2/3 of your community on Xbox and PC. How's that going to work? That's not a low-hanging fruit. That's a good punch, okay? Let's see. How will challenge cards evolve moving forward? Will just maxing out your challenge card or battle pass. This is free, by the way. At level 40, then what do? There's no more grind for cosmetics or resources or any of these currencies here. You just kind of have to get them as you would just playing the game. Challenge cards should evolve. Hit them on that. Make an in-depth video on that. Gear 2.0. How will you acquire new gear with perks that you believe suit your playstyle? Maybe you want certain types of elements. You want the PIM power. You want plasma damage. You want gamma damage. Or you want a certain type of regeneration. Ask questions about the gear and how that's going to evolve going forward. Will they raise the power cap from 150? Cloning labs. When's it coming out? What is it? There's plenty to inquire when it comes to cloning labs as well, because we're also being rewarded gear that we can use in cloning labs, yet we don't have it yet. How will you handle adding content to the game? As in Destiny 1, every time a new DLC came about, a couple of times a year, we would exhaust the DLC within hours. They drop a new raid, a new storyline, new gear to chase, and within a few days, the community would have all of it. We'd gobble it up like a sandwich. So Destiny started to realize, and it took them several years, it really took them until sometime in the middle of Destiny 2, that they really needed to drip feed the content rather than just drop in bulk in certain little segments, because players would exhaust it and then they would be like, all right, what's next? Like, when are you putting out the next thing? So it's about making content more available over time. So let's see. So hit them on the issues that matter. Don't go for the low-hanging fruit. Nobody cares about this XP thing. This isn't gonna send people either running towards or away from the game. This is a little thing. This doesn't matter in the grand scale of the game. The other issues I mentioned will impact whether this game is here a year from now or later. These are little quality of life changes that, sure, you think, I'm not going to play this game if it's more grindy than it already was. Yeah, but that's not necessarily true. It's more to make it in line with the standard of all RPGs. So if you sit down and play Skyrim, you don't want to see the levels ticking way too fast, because really, once you're done leveling, what else do you do in the game? What else is there to complete? So, don't go for the low-hanging fruit. It's a cheap shot below the belt when you can attack in these more critical spots with some simple knowledge of actually having played the game. I think that's also key in your critiques, is to have knowledge of actually having played the game, as I have. I'm playing it on PS5 and PC. I probably have 100 hours on both platforms, maybe even more than that, a couple hundred, and still leveling characters, still excited. Yeah, will it be a little bummer to have all that slow down now that I kind of know how the game works, and I'll want to acquire some of these skills on some of the characters that I haven't played as? Absolutely. But this is a good move for the future of the game, and it allows me to learn and grow as the game does. Don't forget to check out the Hawkeye DLC, as well as the next-gen update on March 18th for Marvel's Avengers. I'm Aaron Shack64. If you enjoyed this video, please like it. Subscribe to the channel for more content like this and a wide variety of other content. Hope you guys enjoyed this. Take care, and we'll see you next time.